We're back for Your Ears Only. I'm David Alpern.
I'm Catherine Herzog with this news quote. We've been waiting for 25 years. That was Yusef Salam, one of 5 Black and Latino men, to share a $40 million payment from New York City to settle their suit for false conviction and years of imprisonment in the infamous 1989 Central Park jogger rape, delayed for additional years after their release before new Mayor Bill de Blasio pledged to end the city's foot-dragging. Now this.
We need to show humanity with respect to people who are working, contributing right now, and deporting them, leaving their children alone, or deporting an adolescent, doing anything that is so contrary to our core values just makes no sense. But we have to send a clear message. Just because your child gets across the border, that doesn't mean the child gets to stay.
It was for many a surprising stand by presumed Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton at the CNN Town Hall Forum in a week when immigration reform was seen as a significant factor in the unprecedented defeat of a Republican House Majority Leader, Eric Cantor of Virginia, and the selection of his replacement, Kevin McCarthy of California. That McCarthy also has not entirely shut the door on the subject, however, did not make many see real legislative action on immigration reform as likely, and it put new pressure on President Obama to take more executive action, as he had 2 years earlier with the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival programs in behalf of undocumented young dreamers.
In fact, the administration announced this week it will open new detention facilities to better house a surge of immigrant families crossing the border illegally from Central America, while also protecting those who are seeking legal asylum. But many Hispanics here, legally and otherwise, were still calling Obama the deportation president. To discuss these and related issues now for Your Ears Only is Cristina Jimenez, Managing Director of United We Dream, the largest immigrant youth-led organization in the U.S., which advocates for the fair treatment of immigrant youth and families, regardless of immigration status. Welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Let's focus first on the children now crossing illegally into the U.S. How many children are we talking about? Mostly from where and why are they coming?
What we are seeing at the border is a real humanitarian crisis. We have about 47,000 children that have arrived in 2014 so far, and this is a 92% increase from the numbers that have been tracked in 2013. They're fleeing violence from Honduras, Guatemala, and El Salvador.
Are they believing correctly, obviously incorrectly, that they will be permitted to stay, or are they at least lured by reports that they're going to get legal representation if they seek asylum?
You know, what's important to understand is unaccompanied minors, children, and moms who are very vulnerable communities fleeing the violence in Central America has been an issue that's been ongoing for years. And it's been an issue that the United States has been dealing with for many years. Now, the reason why we're all talking about the situation now is because of the high increase. But this has been happening for a long time, and there's even been, many of the children that go to other neighboring countries like Panama and Costa Rica. So, this is something that we have seen over the last couple of years, and for many of these young children and mothers, there are legal cases of asylum. And of qualifying as refugees, which, as you know, the United States is known worldwide for being a country that is accepting of refugees and asylum seekers.
And how does Hillary Clinton's view on kid border crossers impact your view of her as a potential presidential candidate?
I think her remarks during the CNN interview were disappointing, and also they were contradictory. She mentioned that we, as Americans, should not be supportive of family separation. That's not an American thing to do. But at the same time, she said, these children need to be sent back. And she also justified President Obama's deportation policy, which has deported over 2 million people now And every day, our communities are seeing over 1,000 people, and that means families that are going through family separation because of these deportations.
On the Republican side, Congressman Cantor was hardly an immigration reform activist. I wonder if you see, however, that the fear that immigration is a third rail for Republicans, even with the selection of McCarthy as the new majority leader, is going to continue to impede reform efforts going forward.
I think immigration has nothing to do with Cantor's primary defeat. But I think that what Republicans have shown on the issue of immigration is lack of leadership and not wanting to act.
On the second anniversary of the Dreamers program that he put into place, what type of additional deportation relief and immigration reform are you asking the administration to provide by executive action?
What we are asking the president to do is for him to use his executive authority to expand affirmative relief, which will mean that something similar like the DACA program that he enacted in 2012 could be something that is expanded to keep families together that at the moment are being unfairly separated. We have thousands of families who have 3, 4 U.S. citizen children or U.S. citizen spouse, and they are still being deported. So that is one of the stories and the cases that we're lifting up to the Obama administration to show how out of control the system is and how a deferred action program could protect those families that have ties to the United States and that have already, grow up here with their children, work here, they're a part of our communities, and they have, even in some cases, family members who are either in the United States legally and or have U.S. citizen children or spouses.
Cristina Jimenez is co-founder and managing director of United We Dream, the largest immigrant youth-led organization in the U.S., advocating for the fair treatment of immigrant youth and families regardless of immigration status.
Quote from the news, "It will keep me busy." That was German physicist Johann Westhauser on promising to personally thank all 728 people involved in rescuing him from the country's deepest cavern, 3,766 feet below the Earth's surface, over 11 days, 10 hours, and 40 minutes.
Next, Oz and Ads, TV's Dr. Oz and weight loss scams, for your ears only.